I used to think being smart was enough. I read all the right books, got good grades. Everyone said I'd do well in life. But guess what? I stayed broke. Not because I didn't know enough, but because I was carrying beliefs that were quietly holding me back. And the worst part? I didn't even realize I believed them. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 of those beliefs, the kind that keep smart people stuck, even when they're doing everything right. Belief number 1. I thought learning was enough. I was always the smart kid. Good grades, sharp answers, the one teachers loved calling on, so I grew up believing that if I just kept learning, I'd eventually win, that success would just happen. And for years, I stayed in that loop. Reading books, highlighting quotes, watching hours of YouTube productivity content, it felt like progress, but nothing was changing. Meanwhile, I watched people who didn't know half as much as I did actually start stuff, take risks, and make money. That's when I realized. The world doesn't reward you for knowing, it rewards you for doing. I wasn't being wise, I was hiding behind knowledge because action felt scary. But if you don't move, even the smartest brain can keep you broke. Belief number 2. I thought talking about money made me a bad person. For a long time, I completely avoided talking about money. I could go on for hours discussing psychology, books, deep life stuff, but the moment someone brought up money, I'd freeze. I didn't know why back then, but it felt uncomfortable. Like money was this taboo topic smart people shouldn't care about. I felt weird asking for more. I felt guilty charging for my work. And when it came to promoting myself, it felt fake, like I was doing something wrong or being selfish. So I stayed quiet. I undercharged. I kept hoping someone would just notice how valuable I was and offer me more. But that never happened. Eventually, I realized the truth. The world isn't designed to reward silent, humble people. It rewards clarity. If you're not comfortable talking about money, you'll always earn less than you deserve, no matter how talented or well-read you are. And it's not about being greedy. It's about being fair, honest, and confident in your value. You can be a good person and still want to be paid what you're worth. Took me years to accept that. Belief number 3. I thought hard work alone would make me rich. After college, I didn't take the traditional job route. While most people were polishing their resumes and applying to companies, I went all in on YouTube. I thought I was doing something bold, something smart, and I worked hard, like really hard, waking up early, writing every script myself, learning editing, fixing mistakes, reading new books, studying what works. I put in the hours every single day. I told myself, if I just keep showing up and grinding, the money will follow. But after months of relentless effort, nothing really changed. I wasn't growing, I wasn't earning, I was exhausted, burned out, and still broke. And it was crushing, because I thought I was doing everything right. That's when I realized something no one teaches you in school. Hard work alone isn't enough. You can be disciplined, consistent, even obsessed, and still not make progress. Because the world doesn't pay you for effort. It pays you for outcomes, for value, for leverage, for visibility. And sometimes the person working fewer hours earns way more just because they understand the game. They focus on the right levers, not just brute force. That realization hit hard, but it also changed everything for me. Belief number 4. I kept waiting to be fully ready. There are so many videos I never uploaded. So many scripts I spent hours writing only to delete them later. Every time I'd get close to finishing something, I'd second guess it. The voiceover didn't sound perfect. The animation could have been smoother. Maybe I should read one more book before recording, just to make it stronger. So I'd delay. I'd keep tweaking, keep reworking. And while I was stuck trying to make everything flawless, I watched other creators, people with average content, grow faster than me. That used to frustrate me a lot. I felt like I had better ideas, better taste, so why was I falling behind? Eventually, I understood something painful. Perfectionism is just fear wearing a smart mask. I wasn't improving things, I was avoiding judgment. I was scared of looking stupid, scared of putting something out there that didn't feel worthy. So I convinced myself that I just needed more time, more polish, more preparation. But here's the truth I had to face. Clarity doesn't come from planning, it comes from doing. If you wait until you feel 100% ready, you'll spend your whole life getting ready and never actually start. Belief number 5. I didn't want to be that kind of person. For a long time, I looked at people who made money through selling, marketing, or building a personal brand, and deep down, I judged them. I told myself things like, I'm not like that, I'm not trying to be loud, I don't want to chase attention. I thought that if I just stayed true to my work, stayed focused, stayed humble, people would eventually notice. But that belief quietly kept me stuck. Because whether I liked it or not, the world doesn't reward people for staying silent. It rewards the ones who show up, who tell their story, who let people know what they offer, even if it's uncomfortable at first. It took me a while to realize I wasn't being humble. I was just protecting my ego. I didn't want to be seen trying and failing. So I hid behind the idea that I was an introvert, that I wasn't that kind of person. But the truth was, I was scared. Scared of being judged, scared of being ignored. Eventually, I started shifting. Slowly, I began posting more, saying what I believe, even if it wasn't perfect. And that's when things actually started moving. Not because I became someone else, but because I stopped pretending that staying small was some kind of virtue. I'm not going to pretend like I've figured it all out. I'm not rich. I still don't show my face. I still hide behind the voiceover, because honestly, I'm not perfect yet. But I've started questioning the beliefs that were quietly holding me back. And that alone has changed everything. If you're someone who's smart but still stuck, maybe the problem isn't your intelligence. Maybe it's the ideas you picked up along the way, the quiet rules you've been following without even realizing it. Rules like stay humble, don't talk about money, or just work harder. And once you start breaking those rules, things begin to shift, slowly but surely. Let me know in the comments which belief hit you the hardest. And if you've ever felt like you're too smart to be this stuck, just know you're not alone.